What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of July 31st. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. Joining me once again, we've got Master Ham Mizuki.
Cheers, what's up?
We've got the Ace Attorney, Dapper Dastard.
Oh, don't mind me, just piling in some tanks right now. Don't worry about me.
Got the Snapshot Crackshot, the Fisher King.
I regret nothing.
And of course, the hockey sticks and sickle himself, Ian.
It's a little cattail in the back.
If this is your first time tuning into the show, basically the premise is that we talk through the week's news in gaming as a kind of discussion/debate format. Whoever makes the best points in arguing their favor or disfavor with the current news gets an actual point, and whoever has the most points at the end of the show wins. We always start the show with a trivia question, though. And that trivia question this week is G4. The once existent gaming television show is coming back to life, so it seems. My question to you all is, at its peak, how many households in America had access to G4?
God.
Access to?
I didn't know that G4 existed until
had access to
about a week ago. So
Okay, so it's how many households had a cable plan that included G4, basically.
Which I believe was included in whatever plan had Spike TV.
I think you're right.
Because I think it's a Spike-owned property. There's so many people in America.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel who gave a shit about G4. They could have just accidentally had a cable plan that included it.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say this: the reason that G4 did fail was because not enough people were watching it, so not enough, the cable companies that could have ran it decided to not.
Yes.
right.
But this is at its peak.
Correct.
So before people got wise.
This is households average of
Before they started running cops every 30 minutes.
And I ain't can't run cops at all.
How many households are in America?
roughly 100 million, give or take.
All right.
Wait. How many? What is in America?
Households.
Oh, yeah.
Like just in general.
Yeah, U.S. is like 340 million people.
So divide by 2.5.
Yeah.
It's about 10 times as big as Canada.
Okay, I'm gonna say 62 million.
Jesus.
All right.
Okay. I was gonna go with 25 million.
I mean, I have literally look. I used to work in TV. I have no fucking idea.
I'm going 25 million.
Okay.
Even that seems a bit high, though.
I'm gonna go 10 million.
What'd you say, Fisher, for your number?
62, because 69 is definitely too high.
It is, but I'm going 69 million.
Hey, that's my boy. That's my boy right there.
Nice. The correct answer, amazingly, 61,217,000.
Holy
So Fisher almost like Babe Ruth that with his 62 million. That was pretty insane. So that means our order is going to be Fisher, followed by Mizuki, followed by Ian, followed by Dapper. Let's go through this week's topics, which include the Nintendo Gigaleak is upon us, where we have so much information about
best word ever.
The Gigaleak. Well, I mean, that's how we found out about Giga Bowser, you know? No.
Yeah.
We already knew about Giga
No,
Bowser.
yeah. No, it's just a joke. Hideo Kojima apparently wants to make a horror game with Junji Ito. The LEC announced a partnership with Saudi Arabia and canceled it within 24 hours due to backlash. Rise from your grave, G4 will be returning in the year of our Lord 2021. It seems like Halo Infinite is going to be supported for years, a la a games as a service type game. Fall Guys is launching for free on PlayStation Plus. The Israeli military wants to use Xbox controllers to pilot their pilot their tanks, as Dapper alluded to earlier. Grounded, the new shoot.
Obsidian.
Obsidian. I almost wanted to say
It's
BioWare.
Obsidian?
Yeah, it's
That's
Obsidian.
Obsidian. You would be forgiven for saying BioWare, considering.
They're very confusable.
Yeah.
Confusable? Grounded has a quote-unquote spider slider to help people who have arachnophobia. 5 years after its release, Metal Gear Solid 5 players on PlayStation 3 have successfully disarmed all nuclear bombs, which has unlocked a secret cutscene in the game. Ubisoft has canned a RPG from the Dragon Age creative director because the now fired Serge Hascoët?
I think it's Sergey. Or Sergey? Sergey, I think it is.
Probably Sergey.
Sergey Hascoët.
Yeah.
The problematic chief of operations, I think, was his title.
Number 69 on whatever that thing was I had last week.
Yeah.
Crunch Babble, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah. The unannounced Call of Duty game has apparently been leaked on a Doritos bag.
Fuck yeah.
Which is just about the most gamer thing I've ever heard.
That kicks so much ass.
It's so good.
I hope they were the Baja Blast flavored Doritos.
And it looks like Sony and Xbox both have another showcase planned for August. Who knows what we may or may not see at those.
Maybe a price.
No.
One can only imagine. Fisher, you're up first. What would you like to take for your beginning topic?
Look. I love that Call of Duty topic so much, but I'm not taking it. It's actually a really, really good week. So I'm going to talk about rising from the, not even the ashes, the decrepit nothingness of the wind. It's G4. It's back. Even though not only did no one ask for it, no one considered that a possibility. So yeah, G4 has announced via a weird Twitter video that was like, we never stopped playing. Fucking thing of just like scrolling footage of, I don't know, someone fucking Dave Lang's basement. And then just like, G4, hey, G4, we're coming back, 2021, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And look, it's not likely, but God, I hope they're coming back as a television. Oh my God, I hope they're coming back as a television channel. Because so obviously this is a sign that whoever owns G4, I guess probably still Spike TV. I don't fucking know who owns the goddamn thing. Whoever owns the G4 licensing and rights has been like, hey, you know what people are getting more and more into, and what's the biggest industry in the world that we aren't properly monetizing? It's fucking video games. The kids love their Fortnites. They did Star Wars in it. They did Marvel in it. Kids love it. Put it on TV. Unrealizing, of course, because magnate television owners and like people that work in media do not understand that television is dying, and that famously people don't want to watch video games on TV. There already exists platforms for those. There exists on-demand platforms for those that I don't have to fucking tune in during a certain time slot to actually see. If it's a Twitch stream, I go watch a VOD. If it's a YouTube thing, it's never gonna go away. I can just watch it there.
I was going to cut it and say, yes, hello, you're watching Around the Monitor on twitch.tv/King Kaiser.
No, you're watching Around the Monitor on G4's 8:30 time slot.
Seriously, G4, if you want us to be on your network.
Yo, G4, I'm giving you a hard time here. Homie, if you're trying to get some, we will absolutely chill. We have no problem chilling.
Not a single one of us has
problem chilling.
Yeah, they're gonna pluck a Twitch channel that has just over 100 followers.
Hey man, hey! We already have the infrastructure done. All they gotta do is give us a platform to make more people see it on.
That's a good point.
I've been in investment meetings for bullshit media companies. Okay.
Now here's the question: will more people actually watch G4 than watch our Twitch stream?
If it's on TV, no, most likely not actually, because the thing is, it's not going to be included in any default cable package. It's a failed television channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you're giving it away for free in a cable package, like to a local subsidiary, that's not going to happen. And you're not going to do it. That's not even making any money. I mean, it's a thing in television where you have to justify your own ad space as valuable in order to sell it, and if you can't, people will not pay you for it. That's very basic, like television 101. I don't think they're coming back as a television channel. is the main point of this, though. It's untenable. It's unimaginable. They're most likely coming back in a YouTube format, which actually I would be relatively excited to see. Or if maybe they're coming in a YouTube/live on multiple platforms. We have a deal with somebody format, which would also be good. Like, people give it shit to G4, rightfully so, but it did launch a lot of like people that work in the industry now came from G4. Both the Willems, like all of Funhouse basically, except for Kovic, came from G4. Like, it's not like that just died and went nowhere. It actually ended up like kind of paving the way for what will become a lot of YouTube content creators that work in the games industry. So I wouldn't wish it away. I'm interested to see what happens here. I can't be like optimistic because we know what happened in G4, but there is a chance that this actually, is something good.
We shall see, though. Mizuki, you are up next. What would you like to talk about for your topic?
I would like to talk about the military in video games.
The tale is old as time.
I mean, it's not that old, but it's honestly a pretty old tale. So there has been some new stuff coming out that the Israeli military is using Xbox controllers and monitors to remotely pilot their tanks, which is like honestly pretty cool in that like dark sense of the way like term. It's cool, but it's morbid, and it's how the I think we talked about this very recently, maybe even last week, where the military is recruiting gamers using like Twitch and a bunch of other methods. There's a reason for that. The military is using technology, and it's a lot easier to train someone to pilot a drone, a tank, a periscope, which they already use on submarines with Xbox controllers. They already use drones with Xbox controllers. It's really easy to pluck a gamer or someone who just plays games in their free time that wouldn't be considered like a gamer and teach them to use a fucking Xbox controller than it is to teach them to use a wildly complicated like military tech thing. So yeah, makes perfect sense that they're going to do this. I'm sure Microsoft isn't happy about it, but you know what? They probably can't do anything because the military can just drop by fucking Best Buy and pick up a whole pallet of Xbox controllers, and Microsoft's not gonna be able to do a damn thing about it. So like, I think the moral quandary of using consumer goods to disconnect soldiers and young people from the killing that they are going to do, not so great.
Yeah, I think that's where it becomes particularly like scummy and dubious, and like, hey man,
that part is scummy and dubious. Because let's be realistic here. Even if it's not a fucking Xbox controller, the military is still going to do this. They're still going to put screens and easy to use like digital tech in front of soldiers to disassociate them from the violence. So like, it doesn't matter that it's an Xbox controller. It's just a lot cheaper for a military to buy a controller for $40 than it is to develop like a $3,000 joystick. So yeah, of course they're going to buy Xbox controller. They've been doing it for years. Hell, I forget if it was the Navy or the Air Force bought like hundreds of PS3s, and it was easier to just link them all together and make a supercomputer than to actually build their own supercomputer. So like, they're going to keep crimping from games and like consumer tech when they can, because it's just cheaper and more efficient to do it. It's not like game companies aren't out there actively trying to outfit the military with this shit, as far as I know. So I don't think worry too much about that. Worry more about the military itself.
I mean, I guess the plus side is they're not using Joy-Cons, because then they get that Joy-Con drift, and they would just always shoot a little bit to the right, and that would be
they'd mow down so many civilians. Wouldn't be cool. That'd be horrible.
I was gonna. Is the secret part of the story though that it proves the superiority of the Xbox controller over the PlayStation controller, because that's what the military is using?
Yeah. Where's my
sticks are better. Offset sticks are just better, and you don't need the D-pad, so the Xbox Xbox controller is just king.
Switch Pro controller, baby, it's the future.
I was hoping somebody would make a what's the Xbox the lab, the controller lab, where you can design your own design lab.
It's design lab, yeah. Gotta get that camo, man. Get the military camo on there.
Why aren't we controlling tanks with fight sticks, you cowards?
God,
Show me that. Show me your fucking pretzel combos.
Because it's a lot easier to teach someone to use an Xbox controller than a fight stick.
Yeah, but imagine if we could just do combo.
But guys, mouse and keyboard is always superior in shooting games. So I don't know why we're using controllers anyway.
I do want to give Remarkable Me a great joke. He says, "What about the Wildcats controllers?" I think he means Mad Cats controllers.
He meant Mad Cats, yeah.
But yes,
Wildcats, fuck yeah.
Wildcats would be
Man,
good.
if
but-
we
What
gave the
team?
military Mad Cats
Wildcat.
controllers, they would just
Fuck
like
you, Ian.
they'd kill themselves by
Yes,
accident
absolutely.
all the time.
Oh my god. He says, I want to drive a tank with my the chainsaw Resident Evil 4 controller.
controller.
Oh fuck!
What about the Doug controller? What does the Doug button do?
God damn it.
Tank with
Moving-
a guitar hero guitar.
Moving on from this. It's like what difficult controllers can you beat Dark Souls on? It's what difficult controllers can you pilot a tank on?
That
Oh,
guy who
shit.
fucking played Dark Souls on bananas.
They're gonna do bananas and DDR pads next.
Jesus God.
It's Evangelion, guys. It's
Oh wait,
coming.
what about
Now,
the
I'm just picturing someone in a tank doing dance moves, piloting.
It's G Gundam, man. That's what it
It's
is.
officially done this now. We've done it.
All right.
about Big Steel Battalion controller? It's
This-
made for it.
This joke is peaked. Ian, what would you like to talk about for your topic?
So I want to talk about calling all spider sliders. I don't know if y'all know the fucking Canadian-Japanese anime Spider Riders, but that
What?
shit slapped when I was like
I'm
7
sorry.
years old.
What? You're not. Is this a real thing?
Oh,
This is a
God,
real
it is
thing.
Holy
Looking
shit.
it up right now, and it's a real thing.
It's
Okay.
fucking
It's
rad
a
as shit.
It's so fucking like I haven't watched it in probably like 15 years.
Oh, it sucks ass.
I bet. But as a child, that shit was the bomb. It's like kids riding fucking mechanical spiders.
All right, Ian, tell us about the Spider Riders and the Spider Sliders, please.
So this isn't Spider Riders. This is Spider Sliders. So Grounded is a new, an upcoming game from Obsidian, where you are a small man. You
Hello,
are the
yes,
trash man.
I am David Smallman.
You are David Smallman, and you're trying to survive in the tiny wilderness. And as you may know, a lot of people don't like spiders. I currently have a couple spiders in my room, and it's not the best. But
Just-
these are big spiders because you're a small man.
Real quick, just to clarify in that, these are just like roaming spiders. They're not
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
You can
I
take
think-
them outside if you need to.
I think there's like a web in my ceiling somewhere that I need to find and get rid of.
Oh no.
Yeah. Not great. This isn't that either. It's a survival game and there's big spiders and some people don't like spiders. So as an accessibility option, which is great, Obsidian has decided that let's just make like a slider from 1 to 6, or from 0 to 5, I guess, of how spider-y do you want these spiders to be? How much do you want your spider? Take your pick. So like at 0, obviously it's like the stylized spider in the game's art style. It's a big ass spider with 8 legs. You know how it is. You bring it over to 1 out of 6, and now it's got 3 legs. Which I don't know if that's better.
Yeah, there's definitely some really weird middle ground that they reach with some of the like. It doesn't look like a spider. No, it looks worse somehow.
It kind of looks worse. Bring it up to 2,
now it's
and
an
now
Eldritch
it's got no
Horror.
legs.
Yeah.
It's just a floating like spider body and face. And then you can get rid of its fucking like fang things. And then it turns into like just circles with texture or with like a fucking drawing on them. And then it's just a gray circle with red like orbs for eyes.
Yeah.
There's like 2 gray circles with red orbs for eyes floating. And obviously this doesn't change like the mechanical role of the spiders. They still will eat you, very much so. Nom nom. I just think some of these are fucking eldritch horrors, even more so than spiders are already eldritch horrors.
It's just such a... I think for me, it's such a fascinating thing to do because it's not something I would ever consider. I mean, you wouldn't like, obviously people don't like skeletons. They're naturally like terrifying to human beings. But but you're going to see like the next Skyrim be like, oh, we have an option to change all skeletons into not skeletons. Like it's amazing to see them do this in this game. And I would love some information to see how this gets used. Like if we get like a week from now, like, hey, here's the data on how much or how little people change their spiders.
I've made fun of this lightheartedly. I think this is a good thing. I think all accessibility options like that you can put in the game should be put in the game. And actually looking at this accessibility screen, there's some screenshots from it. There's colorblind mode, there's large text, there's text to speech, there's all sorts of subtitle options. You can change your chat text to speech and speech to text, which all of those things should be in pretty much every game that has like any amount of budget.
And I will say, apparently, even though this game is on Game Pass, it's actually one of the top-selling games on Steam right now, which kind of blows my mind because I did not expect that to do so well. Dapper, what would you like to talk about for your first topic?
All right, we're going to dive right in to Riot Games and the LEC.
Hey.
We're diving right into this.
Give it to them.
So, yesterday, 7:19 a.m., I guess, or 2 days ago if you're not watching this live. So Wednesday, July 29th, 7:19. LEC, which is the League European Championship, so it's Professional League of Legends Europe's division, announces that the LEC is forming a new partnership with Neom. For most people, that wouldn't mean anything on first glance because they're probably not super well informed on Middle Eastern business ventures. But if you look into Neom, you learn that it is essentially a Saudi Arabian government-backed megacity project with some massive, like, $500 billion budget founded by Saudi Arabia's crown prince to basically build a megacity. And that might, again, not on its face seem terrible, but then you look a little bit more and you sort of begin to realize why this is problematic. First, there is the general thing that Saudi Arabia has a pretty bad human rights record. Again, there was the murder of the journalist not too long ago.
Khashoggi, I believe his name was.
Yeah, yes. And the fact that it is still pretty much illegal to... Not pretty much, it is illegal to be gay in Saudi Arabia, and attacks on LGBTQ individuals are not uncommon at all. Extra irony, the LEC's Twitter logo is a pride logo.
Yeah.
So to double down on bad decisions.
I saw that getting super memed of just like, wow, what a terrible choice.
Yeah, and then just to add on some extra bit of badness to it, to build this city, they are definitely going to force off the ethnic community living in that area, and someone who was protesting against this city has already winded up dead for standing up to them. So this is bad in every way, shape, or form. It takes no less than, I think, 2 hours after the 7:19 announcement for every single member of the LEC's on-air broadcast team to make a strong statement denouncing this, followed soon after by other behind-the-scenes individuals at LEC, and then once we got later in the day and California finally woke up, a large number of the LCS, the League's American branch, also joined in solidarity with their EU counterparts in denouncing this decision. And as we all know, Riot makes some bad decisions. We've talked about that many times. That's a bit of an understatement. So a lot of people were curious where this was going to go. Well, we actually got it. Actually, this actually turned out. I mean, I'll get into it later, but we got good news that by 9:35 p.m. Eastern time, so little over 12 hours later, they had already canceled the partnership. And so just no more Dunzo.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two big things that like I want to take out of this, and I'll move through them quickly. One, this should have never happened in the first place. There was very clearly mistakes made that anyone ever thought this was a good idea. And that alone makes this a problematic story, even if it has a good ending. This just simply should not have happened. But I do want to, on a second point, note how cool it was that there was such a unified and immediate response against this. Mm-hmm. From, again, the entire LEC cast and crew, a lot of other individuals, a lot of LCS members, even Doublelift memed on it, and even Reddit, surprisingly, was very much against this. I saw a fair amount of homophobic comments on Twitter, but whatever, screw you, Twitter. But even the general Reddit population was very much against this decision. So while it's still unfortunate, and I know many of the LEC employees are still hurt that this ever happened, it was very cool to see just an immediate unified pushback. And not only that I pushed back, but it worked.
Moving on to maybe a lighter topic. Fisher, what would you like to take for your round two?
Honey, we're on to the superior topic, because it's finally time to talk about the Call of Duty Doritos. because Pridge took the other topic I was going to say.
Tell us,
this is a topic shift.
Tell us about Call of Duty Cold War and their magic Dorito bag.
So I don't even want the article up, but for the sake of like being a good man, I will. So look, Call of Duty leaked on a Doritos bag. What do you want from me? No, so there was a photo of what I assume is a in factory like either a test or like making the bags now to then make the Doritos in later. I can't take this topic seriously. And it has what appears to be the Call of Duty Cold War logo. It's just the words Cold War. Let's be frank here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much of a logo to be had. And then like a double XP, win double XP for a year maybe with this bag of Doritos, motherfucking Doritos, baby. And I don't give a shit about this topic, but I love so much that I hope this was intentional. I hope this is like fucking fourth wave intentional marketing where they're like, what does our core demographic care more about than anything else? Call of Duty, probably racism. Let's just don't worry about that. They care about America, Doritos, Mountain Dew, and so we're gonna fucking give it to them. God damn it, we're gonna say, hey, you want your hot Doritos news and your hot Call of Duty news? Bam, here it is, all together, coming to you live on G4. We're talking about Doritos. We're talking about the best pairings for Doritos and Mountain Dew. Actually, that's actually a great idea for a parody video.
G4. If you want to use this video, you have to pay us first.
This is dumb. But I don't see a reason that if I'm Call of Duty at this point, seeing not declining sales, but stagnating sales, the same people are buying these games every goddamn year, fucking roll with it. Get wild. Try some crazy stuff. People are gonna buy it anyway, so do some stuff to try and make other people buy it. Go out of your way. Yeah, give me that Doritos sponsorship. Give me Doritos Ninja Stars in the game. Let's go.
Dude, I want Doritos Ninja Stars in Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was actually...
These are just be a gun skin. That's just a gun wrapped in Doritos bags.
If these are the Baja Blast flavor match Doritos, I point blank refuse to believe this is not intentional, because that is motherfucking gamer fuel available now at Taco Bell.
Also, I have an answer to your question about what's the best pairing of Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Okay.
And the best pairing is Mountain Dew Voltage with Doritos Zesty Cheese.
Interesting.
I have nothing to say.
Marco of Me notes that unfortunately you will get Doritos dust on your fingers. The day that a game company or a company selling stuff to gamers invents something to keep the Dorito dust off my fingers while I game, or possibly like I can eat Doritos and then discard whatever thing is on my hand to continue gaming, that is it. Games have peaked. Stop.
I just use chopsticks.
Yeah, I was gonna say chopsticks.
That's the reasonable answer, but I need something.
Wait. You're saying you eat Doritos with chopsticks?
This is a
Cheetos
very
too.
common thing. Cheetos too. Yep, this is a very common thing.
Okay, well, I guess I'm
also,
crazy.
We should definitely do a video where we do Doritos and Mountain Dew pairings.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
saying.
But also, Mizuki and Ian, if you dare to believe that Middle America and the people that play Call of Duty are going to use the fucking chopsticks while gaming to eat their Doritos,
no.
Insane.
You just give them give them the training chopsticks that are attached at the end, and you tell them they're gaming Dorito tweezers, and you're good to go.
Here's what I actually need. I'd like a spring-loaded contraption that sits on the back of my controller, and I load it with a Doritos bag, and then it like shoots into my mouth as I game, so I can train my accuracy in real life and in game.
Every time you get a,
you didn't give me a motherfucking point for that joke. I swear to God, I'm quitting this show.
Okay, that's good. That was good. Let's say every time you get a headshot, it shoots a Dorito into your mouth.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
good.
It's so good.
It's it rewards you. Yeah.
Patent it. Let's go. Patent it.
I do want just so it gets read on air. Remarkable Me's original point was to have an unlockable skin in the game where your character has Doritos crust on their fingers as they pull the trigger.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
The longer you're alive, the more Doritos dust gets on your gun as you like reloading and shit.
It's like a
Come on, Infinity Ward.
A King of the Kill style game mode where you just become like the orange Cheeto Man, and because of that you get extra armor from the Doritos.
You get a ghillie suit and it's just a big bag.
Okay,
wow,
seriously.
So full of ideas today.
Yeah, I was gonna cut some of this, but I don't think I can cut any of this. It's real. It's all very good. Mizuki, what would you like to talk about next? How are you gonna follow that?
I don't know that any topic can actually follow it, but I'm gonna go with the Nintendo Gigaleak.
Heck yeah!
There's two.
Nice.
Tell us about the amazing wealth of knowledge we've been afforded now.
Okay, so let's first preface this with what the fuck is the Nintendo Gigaleak? Basically, there was a leak of fuckloads of data from Nintendo over the past. I think this was actually years ago. This is not a recent leak, but they have been slowly. The people that actually stole essentially all that information from Nintendo have been slowly pushing it out. Like they've been sitting on a lot of it and just putting it out through different avenues so that they don't get caught and imprisoned or sued over the years. So
straight up murdered by the Nintendo assassins.
The Nintendo Mafia will come get them.
Yeah.
But the newest stuff that's been leaked is a bunch of old video game source code assets, and it is fantastic. Everything in this leak is great. Luigi was in Super Mario 64 and got cut. There's a bunch of audio files from like old games that are actually crisp and not compressed to fit on a cartridge, so they're actually like good quality. They're great. I recommend you go to our Discord channel where we have a bunch of the Star Fox ones linked. They're fantastic, every single one. We've got goofy ass like initial versions of enemies in like Ocarina of Time with the Octoroks that look like these adorable little octopus dudes that I kind of want to put on a grill and then eat. And just a bunch of prototype stuff. And I want to talk a little bit about the positives and negatives of this. Positives is it gives everyone a really good insight just to what making a game is like. Because a lot of stuff when you make a game ends up on the cutting room floor. Not everything goes in. And you get a lot of early iterations of things like mechanics that are shitty and enemies that just don't work out or get massively changed over the course of a game. Characters that get cut. I know there was some Star Fox 2 character information where they had like a whole palette of multiple characters, like a actual black woman in a Star Fox game. Never would have thought that was going to happen.
If you had told me, hey, there's a Nintendo property that was originally going to have a black woman in the game as a playable character. No, maybe not playable, but as like a main character, and you told me it was going to be Star Fox, I would have said this is the worst joke. It's not even funny at all.
You could have told me it was any Nintendo game, and I'd have laughed you out of the room.
But the one that only features anthropomorphic animals
Yep.
definitely wouldn't have been the one I picked.
Which probably part of why they cut that person from the game.
I don't
But
know, man. Sonic's kissed real human women.
That's true.
Why can't Star Fox?
But they've got they've even had some of the old devs on Twitter and stuff commenting on a bunch of these leaks. Like the Star Fox lead dev was like, "Yeah, honestly, I don't remember making that character." And there's a bunch of ones like that. On the negative side of this leak, there's a lot of stuff in game development that is private and should remain private that isn't with this. I'm not even just talking like IP things, just a lot of code that has comments in there that are personal and often almost like diaries and journals for developers, because you'll get stuck at a point when you're coding and you leave a 3-paragraph long comment about how this thing fucking sucks and you can't figure it out, and random people on the internet are reading your depressing self evaluating statements that are in your code 30 years later. That's not a super cool thing. So pieces like that I don't like, and there's definitely privacy issues when it comes to the engine and things that should really be private if the company doesn't want to share it. Like, if they don't want to share it, they don't have to. So that stuff kind of sucks, but I'm really, at the same time, I'm really happy we got to see some of this info that Nintendo especially would never fucking release on their own.
Never in a million
Other companies might release some like cool voice actor FLAC files or something. Nintendo's never gonna do that in a million years.
No way. Yeah, I mean, getting Skinny Yoshi out of this is just
Grandpa Yoshi, motherfucker.
Skinny Yoshi's cursed, dude. I don't like that. at all.
Also the actual sprite of Luigi flipping the bird to the camera is very good.
Yeah. I mean, like that's one of the developer things too. Is like you'll get developers that do a bunch of shit like that, but no, it's not ever going to be shipped. And that's kind of a privacy thing too. Like you might make something for funsies and be like, I never want this in the game, and now it's out there for millions of people to see.
I'm excited to see what more leaks we get out of this, even though they almost certainly were obtained through dubious means. But until the next leak, Ian, what would you like to talk about for your second topic?
Well, speaking of games being left on the cutting room floor, fuck Ubisoft for various reasons.
There it is.
For many reasons. Some of which have been talked about on the show in the past couple weeks. So go listen to those if you don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, Ubisoft harbored sexual abusers and all sorts of abuse for many, many years. Yes. Basically, its entire existence. And everyone in charge at Ubisoft should be held accountable.
Should just change their name to the Catholic Church, am I right?
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Mr. Joel B. Political in the Discord coming out.
It's not politics, it's religion. It's a separate thing.
That's the same
separate but equal, listen. Sorry.
I appreciate that joke, though.
Damn it. This is a news story that basically the Dragon Age creative director and most of the creative team were working for a while on a game called Avalon, which was, as the name might imply, a King Arthur setting game that apparently had Monster Hunter fucking co-op elements, which y'all know I love me some Monster Hunter, so I want to play what this game was. And from what I've seen on Twitter, there have been quite a few people who worked on the project now coming out and saying yeah, this game was sick. But then fucking Serge Hascoët or some shit came in and was like, you know what, you're not going to be as good as Tolkien, so fuck it, you're done. Don't stop working on this game. Which
is just the most wild. They worked on the game for a year, and he's like, it's not Lord of the Rings.
Which is Tolkien is the wildest bar you can set. Like, obviously, there have been fantasy stories that are better than Lord of the Rings because they've learned lessons from Lord of the Rings, or because they, like, did their own thing. But, like, also, fucking Tolkien basically created the modern version of fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And was incredibly influential in just storytelling for the last, 100 years?
Not
How
that
long
long.
was Lord of the Rings? Like 80 years?
80-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
In there.
It was like in the
Still.
40s, I think.
Yeah. Still, like, it's really hard to be better than Ubisoft, especially, like, when you're making a corporate Ubisoft video game. That's not to say video games can't have great storytelling, but you're not going to be writing Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, chances are, if it's a Ubisoft game, it's not well regarded for its story.
Shouldn't
Dapper,
have even said anything.
what would you? Yeah. Dapper, what would you like to take for your final topic?
All right, I'm going to take one of your articles and expand a little bit beyond its framework. And we're going to talk about Fall Guys and how to really, really do a great job of generating anticipation for your game.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we talked about this when it was big, but Valorant had a really good beta period because it basically utilized Twitch to its best advantage.
Mm-hmm.
What Valorant did was it gave streamers the ability to have drops of the beta key for the game, which is sort of a win-win-win-win situation. The streamers and Twitch get extra views. Riot got interest generating their game, and viewers potentially got a chance to get into a beta.
Mm-hmm.
So again, sort of everyone wins. And they drew tremendously big numbers on Twitch for it. But that's also a game with Riot backing it. That's a lot of name brand recognition and kind of a pretty easy win.
Mm-hmm.
The question comes, what's when someone with a little less name brand recognition with Riot tries a similar strategy? Will it work as well?
Mm-hmm.
And again, Fall Guys is produced by Devolver, so it has some. It's developed by Mediatronic, I believe, but produced by.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, produced, published by Devolver, so it has some name brand recognition, but certainly not Riot.
Mm-hmm.
But did the same strategy work? Yeah, super hell yeah, it did. So for those who don't know, Fall Guys is basically a very, very fun. Goofy sort of battle royale where it's round of 60, your little blob people. There starts out with 60 players, and through 5 rounds of little race or survival mini games, you get whittled down to a single winner.
Mm-hmm.
And being a very stream-friendly game, very view-friendly game, and a good party game, they also tried using this system of allowing people to giving streamers the ability to drop beta keys. And they also did a lot of their own giving out of keys over Twitter. People who sent them funny memes got keys. People who just made them laugh got keys. Like they really used all the tools possible to get word of the game out, and they did really well. Both last Friday and Saturday of their technical beta were able to put some pretty impressive numbers. I think they have a screenshot of when they were number 1 on Twitch, even if it wasn't for long.
Mm-hmm.
They managed to over Fortnite and just took a snapshot just to show how well they did.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really smart strategy. To add on to that, their game was what the article is directly about. Is the game is going to release for free for PlayStation Plus subscribers in August, along with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remastered. No one cares, whatever. Doritos. So I think this is just such a smart use of basically every tool at your disposal: social media engagement, streamer engagement, and getting a PlayStation Plus deal. This is textbook. If you're the kind of game that is something that's attractive to streamers and can work with this model, and you have the resources to do this, this is such a great strategy, because it's literally just free press generating its own free press, generating its own free hype. again, I played the game for a good 4 hours. It's tremendously fun. I think as long as as long as they, introduce new funny cosmetics, try and make some new boards every once in a while, I think this game has a tremendous potential for a really fun party game.
Yeah, I think the combination of the Twitch key drop, getting everybody hyped for it, and then being like, hey, if you have a PlayStation and you have a PlayStation Plus membership, it's free for you. It's such an easy barrier to entry to like get the hype out there and then say, hey, come play. This game's gonna have really healthy numbers for a long time, I think. But that's going to do it for this week's show, which means Mizuki, Ian, and Fisher King, it's time to go home and become family men, because this week's winner is the Dapper Dastard.
Woo! Woo!
Are you ready for your minute to win it?
Yeah, you know what? I'll figure something out.
All right, then please take it away.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So we're most likely going to get one more Sony and Xbox event in August, and to be kind of fair, this should really be expected because we sort of still are missing a lot of information on the next gen consoles. They're going to be up for pre-order, by within the next couple months. They got to be ready for pre-order by Black Friday, right? I mean, we got to assume that, right? So at a certain point, we should probably know how much these systems are going to cost. And maybe some exact release dates or anything. So, like, I'm glad we're getting to an event from Sony and Xbox each. I don't know if they're going to be if there's much more to learn about new games, but again, both of them didn't really tell us the most important facts about the damn consoles themselves. And as a consumer, I kind of want to know that. So, info, please.
Yo, Xbox, how much you gonna cost, girl? Please.
How much you gonna cost?
I have a counterpoint. What if they don't tell us? What if just no one gets to know how much the consoles cost until day of release,
and they just take the money from your bank account?
Yeah. No, they post pre-orders with no dollar value attached.
Exactly. Yes, and then you show up at the GameStop or the Best Buy, and you're walking up to the counter not knowing how much it costs, and then he scans it, and you go, "Oh, fuck."
You're like, am I gonna be able to eat this week or not?
My first child, joke's on you. I'm never having kids.
It's like a loot. It's like a loot box, but it's a whole console.
Oh my god!
Christ. No, he's randomly generated. How much you pay?
We're on fire this week.
What if it's based on consumer income?
So sliding scale.
Based on how quick you got it. The earlier you get in, the cheaper they are.
So if Bill Gates wanted to buy an Xbox, it would be like $1 billion.
Oh, you're saying it's based on your tax bracket?
Sliding scale, yeah, sliding scale.
I don't know if Bill Gates has to spend money on a Microsoft system.
He does now.
He's like, give it to me.
Whoa, that's wild. Does Bill Gates have to buy Microsoft items?
I would hope not, for his sake. It sounds like he's running a bad company otherwise. But other things to talk about this week, we've got a new video should be up Saturday on the history of Flash games. That's going to be real fun. Real long time coming on this one. I've been working on it for forever. But it is definitely a trip down memory lane, looking at a bunch of old websites and old Flash games to play them. I believe, Fisher, you have some important news to talk about.
Oh, shit, I do. I'll be damned. We actually did the ding-dang thing, and yesterday we filmed episode 1 of the new D&D show, or I guess Around the Tabletop 2, the sequel. Now we're doing D&D. That will be up. It's going to be edited in 22 minutes. When it goes up is up to Zach. So it might be up later this week, maybe this weekend, like Saturday or something, or maybe it'll be up on like early next week.
Radical.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was cool.
Yeah, it was very fun.
That was fun.
I'm excited to see how that goes.
I think I had a joke on my desk.
I've been doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke that's extremely randomized with my boy Woke Sweetie at twitch.tv/Woke Sweetie. We're doing that every Sunday. and it's not going great, but it's a lot of fun. we randomized like literally everything we could, and it's a mess.
I popped in for a little bit the other week, and was fun to be had for sure.
Pretty fun. I watched for a couple hours.
But I think that's gonna do it. Thank you once again for watching the show. Remember, we go up live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/KingKaiser, and we go up on our YouTube as well as Apple iTunes, and as of now, Spotify the very next day.
Bam.
So if you want to listen to us there, you can. I finally did the thing. But until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.